Hello, this is Corey from the BachScholar YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me today. This video is a very interesting, sort of off-the-cuff, unplanned, uncut video. It's a Friday morning. It is October 26, 2018. I decided to make this video for you today because I've had some things that are really bothering me. I mean, they're good things, I guess. You know, I'm doing well, you know, health-wise and everything. So the thing that's bothering me is tempo. Tempo, okay? I've been recording a lot lately and teaching a lot. I have a full teaching schedule right now, and I teach probably 35, 40 lessons a week right now. And something's been bothering me, especially this last week with, as I listen to some performances on YouTube and I hear students, my own students play. And this is the issue of tempo, the speed of the music. Now, many of us, many pianists, actually most pianists, when they learn a piece of music, are sort of conditioned into choosing a tempo, a speed for the piece of music. And they're conditioned because they watch too many videos and listen to too many performances. They don't form their own opinions and their own convictions about the music. Okay, I have formed my own convictions over many years of performing and teaching. And I just want to get some things off my chest here. Okay, I'm going to start. This is actually a pretty lengthy video, so sit back, get a cup of coffee or something, and bear with me here, okay? I'm talking about tempo. Okay, I have a speech here from President Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he delivered the Gettysburg Address in 1863. Near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Of course, I'm not going to read the whole speech to you, but I'm just going to read some of this to you. Okay, bear with me. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We met on a great battlefield on the war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field and final resting place for those here that gave their lives. Okay, I just read some of it for you. Now, isn't that pretty ridiculous? It's absolutely ridiculous what I just did. Why? Why is it ridiculous? Okay, well, anyone can tell you. I was just rattling it off as fast as I possibly could. I was just rattling it off with no thought whatsoever given to phrasing, you know, how it sounds, how it's aesthetically molded. Now, let me try it again. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, compare that with 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Okay, you get the point, right? You get the point. Now, just because I can read a speech or recite a speech fast does not mean I should. Does not mean I should. Okay? I'm going to take a little Beethoven Sonata here that I have a very talented student who's working on a Beethoven Opus 14 No. 2 Sonata. Very talented student, fast fingers, and it had been a while since I heard this piece. Here's what he played. even do it. I mean, it would be not musical for me to do that. Okay, that's how he didn't finish the whole movement because I stopped him. Okay, now compare that with. It has 30-second notes coming. So it has 30-second notes later. So at my speed, at the more kind of relaxed Allegro speed, you have time to play the 30-second notes later on. The 30-second notes are still fast, but they're not like lightning fast. Absolutely lightning fast. The other tempo I can't even do it. I haven't, you know, it's just not musical. Then when you get to the 30-second note, you can't do it. You absolutely cannot do it. Okay? So think of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, or any speech for that matter. Any speech, okay? You can recite a speech as fast as you can, but does that mean it's good? Does that mean you should recite it as fast as you can? No, absolutely not. Now, I just recorded on YouTube Ernesto Nazareth's very famous Odeon Tango, Brasileiro. It's a Brazilian tango. Okay, it's not a chorus, it's a tango. And in this edition, the Schott edition, the editor, a scholar, very aptly talks about Nazareth's music, I know, very often being played too fast. Well, you know, it's the same with Scott Joplin and ragtime. Okay, here's the thing: if you can play something fast, should you play it fast? Okay, so here is Odeon, just a little bit of Odeon. Okay, this is the way most people play it. So, you know, maybe that speed, maybe it's a tad slower, but the point I'm trying to make here is you can play this as fast as you can. I mean, I can play it fast. I mean, I can play it faster than anyone on YouTube if I wanted to, but I don't, because it's not musical. Okay? Compare this. If you speed it up, the da-da-dum becomes da-da-da. So many people who play this distort the rhythm. They can't play the rhythm properly because they're playing it too fast. Okay? So if you slow this down to a nice, graceful kind of dance speed, now the beginning. You can get so much more. You can get so much more from the character. You can juice the articulation out. You have all control over the rhythms. Da 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 da. If you do it too fast, and make it into an energetic race, it ruins it. It absolutely ruins it. It ruins it. It's too fast. Okay? Pretty much everyone plays this too fast. Okay? That's like doing this. Okay, imagine if I were to play The Entertainer that fast. Well, I can play it that fast, but do I want to play it that fast? No, it's not musical. There's a limit somewhere. There's a limit to how... There's a limit. There are limits. Just because everyone plays Odeon at a certain speed does not mean you have to play it at a certain speed. One of my favorite analogies is, if everyone jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you jump off the Brooklyn Bridge? Because everyone plays such and such Beethoven Sonata a certain speed, does that mean you have to play it at that speed? No, it absolutely doesn't mean that. You, as a pianist, okay, you're probably a pianist because you're watching this. As a pianist, you need to form your own ideas. Do not copy people. Do not copy Barenboim. Do not copy Alfred Brendel. Don't even copy me. Don't copy anyone. You have to form your own convictions of the music. That's part of becoming a musician. Okay? I know I'm a little abrupt right now, but I have to get this off my chest because I hear a lot of performances on YouTube. I hear a lot of students play, and I'm getting this stuff off my chest. Okay, Kansas City rag. Okay, a really nice rag. And this is by James Scott. One of my favorite rags by James Scott. It's probably James Scott's least difficult rag. Dun, da, 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 da. Now, that's my conviction. Okay, there might be people out there that play it faster than me, or even slower. But you need to form your own conviction. I had a student, a very talented student this last week, played this for me. It's been a while since I've heard it. And this is another talented student I have. And he played it like... there was no feeling in it. It was just the whole thing was rattled off mechanically, and it doesn't have any soul. There's no soul. You need to have convictions about the music. Think, what character does this have? It's shouldn't play all rags at that speed. There are many rags that deserve a faster speed than that. Many rags that deserve a slower speed. This is what I call a rag somewhere in the middle area. Just judging on the character. I think the character is ruined doing it too fast. The character is ruined doing it too slow. It would be the same thing as if I took Lincoln's Gettysburg Address and I did this. 77 years ago, no one would do that, okay? No one would do that. So the same way as no one would recite the Gettysburg Address or any speech really fast as possible, you shouldn't play a piece just because I can doesn't mean I should, and you shouldn't go. You wouldn't do that either, but that's a learning speed. Okay, that would be like a sight reading speed. Okay, so those are a couple pieces. Another one, very famous, is Schubert's very well-known impromptu in a G-flat major. Okay? Just because everyone does it a certain way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. And it doesn't even mean that's correct. Okay? Schubert wrote Andante. Okay? Most people play this Allegro. They do the triplets really fast. Okay? That's too fast. That's not an andante. The andante refers to the moving of the notes, not just the melody. The andante doesn't refer to this melody. The andante refers to the moving notes. Okay? So, Andante. Okay? Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. That's better than... I've taught this piece many times, and intermediate level pianists can't do it at that speed. Okay? You have to be an absolute world-class concert pianist just to play this on Dante. Doesn't that seem a little strange? Wouldn't it seem like Schubert wanted this more accessible to a wider audience, to a wider variety of pianists? So it doesn't make any sense that you have to be a world-class virtuoso to play this on Dante. Okay, that's why I'm convinced that everyone plays this way too fast. Way too fast. Okay, I've done a lot of research in tempo. I'm the world's leading authority on tempo in the music of J.S. Bach. I know the tempo conventions of the 17 and 1800s very well, and I can tell you, I can't give you 100% proof. No, I'll never be able to do that. But this is too fast. Everyone plays this impromptu too fast. If everyone jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you jump off the Brooklyn Bridge? No, absolutely not. This is Andante. So you can feel every note. You can feel the beauty coming out that way. You don't want to do it fast. Don't listen to Alfred Brendel, okay? It's way too fast. Brendel's performance of this is absolutely hideous. Hideous, in my opinion. I don't like the performance of anyone of this. It's just too fast. It's too fast. Okay, so I got these things off my chest, okay? But what I want you to do as a pianist is print out Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, okay? And read some of it as fast as you possibly can. And then think about it. Think, well, just because you can do it that fast, you can recite it fast, does that mean you should? And then take some pieces of music. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it could be something like... like the Moonlight Sonata, you know, it should be... you know, the first movement of the Moonlight Sonata, try to play it fast and see how it sounds. It sounds awful. Take Schubert's impromptu that I just played, try to play it fast like most people do, and then slow it down to an Andante, the true Andante speed, and compare it. And take whatever you're working on, whatever piece of music you happen to have, experiment with it. Try to play it fast, just as fast as you can, and see how it sounds. And then slow it down to choose a speed you think that you're convinced that's the speed it should be at. That's the ideal speed. That's the speed that truly conveys the character of the piece. And compare extra fast speeds with a correct speed and see what results you come up with. And you'll be really surprised. And I think what you'll realize is that we have been more biased than we think. Okay, we're all biased. I try not to be. When I form my opinions, I form my opinions. I don't do something. When I make a video for YouTube, I do not play it at such and such tempo because so-and-so plays it at a certain tempo. Okay? When I learn a Beethoven Sonata, I don't go and listen to Alfred Brendel and think, oh, I have to get it at the speed he plays it at because he's Alfred Brendel. Okay? I don't go and listen to Daniel Barenboim and, oh, I have to get it as fast as Barenboim because he's an expert. By the way, I'm not a fan of Barenboim's playing. I really can't stand it. I like Brendel's playing in general, so I don't want to bash Brendel or anything, but I don't like Barenboim. He's a poor pianist in my opinion. He's a great conductor. I just don't like his piano playing. So you need to don't just listen to performances and think they have to be at that speed. You are your own person. You have your own convictions. I have my own convictions. That's what I'm conveying to you today in this video. So I hope I got my point across. I didn't mean to be so mean or abrupt or anything. I'm really a nice person. I just had to get this off my chest today. Tempo. tempo and character. That's so important. As a pianist, as a piano student, or as a piano teacher, if you're watching this, really take these issues to heart. Think about things. Think about it. Should I really be playing it this fast or this slow? Should I really be doing that? What conveys the essence of the music? Am I doing something just because so-and-so famous performer does it that way? Or am I doing it this way because I am convinced that's the way I'm making music with it? And don't worry about what anyone says about your performance. Okay, I just uploaded Odeon, on YouTube. My own performance. It's slower than everybody else. I could be the laughing stock of YouTube. Oh, look at him. He's so slow. Listen to his Odeon. It's so slow. He's terrible. No, he can't play it as fast as the Brazilian people. Well, I don't care. I don't care what people say about my playing. I upload things that I am convinced that's the way I want it. So as a pianist, you need to start thinking on your own terms. You need to form your own convictions about tempo and character. In the near future, I may have some more videos on tempo and character in certain piano pieces. But anyway, once again, I'm sort of rambling. Thank you for joining me. And I am a nice person. I don't want to bash anyone or get down on anyone. But open your minds a little bit. Open your minds. Form your own opinions. Form your own convictions on tempo. Until we meet again, bye.